Midwest side. Having a little bit of technical errors for whatever reason. It wasn't wanted to go last. I reset it all again, and here we are, everybody. Kind of had to do a little bit of redoing, and we got it all done. Um, Still got a lot to go, but we continue to keep sorting. I got some stuff behind me that I've been working on. I'll go through the hobby stuff first, real quick. For me, I bought some first off the line stuff. As far as football goes, I'm gonna buy some basketball just because there's players out there. Not Wimby. I'm not. Wimby's really, he's doing great. Might as well just touch on basketball too. And preseason wise, I like what I've seen so far out of everybody, out of every team. But there again, it's preseason. So fortunately, everybody's been looking good, been doing good, been showing up and showing out. So I'm happy to see that. I'm excited for the season to start the 24th of this month. So right around the corner. It's awesome. Uh, but yeah, I got my QB collection done. And I got it sitting over there. I got every starting quarterback for every Super Bowl, winning and losing autograph. I haven't seen anybody else collect that. Now, I'm not saying I'm the only one. That's not what I mean. But I think it's pretty cool. It's fun to put together. Now we'll figure out something else to put together. That's another reason why all this shit, fucking crazy shit that goes on in the hobby and product releases and all that. I don't get caught up in all that nonsense. There's other cats out there that talk to you about that. If you want to see my cars, I'd love to show you my car. And I got over here is nothing. It's an extra shelf I had to bring in. But I'm not the kind of guy I'm not a bragger. That's not me either. And I'll say this again, I don't have an angle. I'm not selling anything. I don't have any sponsors. I don't need any. I don't want any. I'm doing this because I want to do this and I enjoy doing it. So I'm going to continue to do it. Now, not to get off topic, there's a lot of cats that are out there that put out content that's, they'll give you a lot of information and they'll give you a lot of good input on things. And, that's what they do. Me, I'm just here to talk casually about certain things. And just recently, as of last week, I started doing my weekly picks. I don't encourage gambling. That's not my point. Like, I didn't lose even though I don't gamble. I didn't lose anything. I'm just telling you, I think it's going to win. And I base my picks off, I look at how the teams are on paper. I factor in weather. I factor in home field, or in case where they're playing overseas, there's no real home field, if you will. But I think we'll get to last week's games and how we did. Out of the 15 games played, 9 of them we got right. So there was a couple, like last night, the Niners game that, honestly, they could have both, either one of those could have won either way. And I think that the London game, that this has just been kind of like a trademark of Coach Rabel, Tennessee. You got Derrick Henry, which is just a monster runner, just a beast. And then he's averaging over 80 yards a carry. Keep feeding this man the ball. You stop feeding him the ball, it doesn't make sense. And then, Tannehill gets hurt. Malik Willis comes out, and you're not letting him throw the ball. And Tannehill wasn't able to really throw the ball. You're not throwing the ball enough. You're not running the ball enough. When you gain momentum and you do run the ball great, you stop. It blows my mind. That was a game that, like I said, it could have went either way. The Niners game, I don't like blaming refs, but I will say that there were some calls that probably should have been made. They shouldn't have been made. They should have just let cats play it out. But I'm not one of the zebras, so I can't really speak to what these cats do, whether they're trying to cover spreads, whether they're trying to make people rich or poor, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I I really don't know what to say about that, but I think there were some poor calls. And I hate to think that uh, at the end of the day, missing a couple field goals doesn't help your chances of winning. So got to keep that in mind too. So, but I think we did good. Like I said, I'm excited about basketball coming up. The preseason, everybody's been doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. No injuries, mainly big injuries. Nothing crazy. No crazy drama. It looks like everything's starting out to look pretty normal. So looking forward to it. Football's been entertaining. Unfortunately, Anthony Richardson may be out if they haven't announced already for the season, which isn't a bad idea. Being a Colts quarterback is one of the toughest jobs in the world. You can ask Peyton Manning or Andrew Luck. Just saying. But C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young, Bryce Young, the team he plays on, their record doesn't necessarily reflect his talent. And C.J. Stroud, the Texans are probably doing better than most people. They were one of the teams that I did not pick, but we'll go over that. Well, I'm at it. Jordan, let me tell you about Jordan. I can sum up Jordan like this. If you think about, let's talk about football. Like Tom Brady is the Michael Jordan of quarterbacks. Like Michael Jordan, right? Hockey. Wayne Gretzky is the Michael Jordan of hockey. And Michael Jordan is like the GOAT of GOATs. He's on a whole nother level of GOATs. This man hasn't played in over 20 years, touched basketball, done shit. I'm sure he plays around, whatever. But he sells more shoes than everybody else. He's got plenty of cash. Plenty of cash. He's a very smart man. And, you know, and that doesn't take away from anybody. I don't like getting, I'm not talking about a GOAT debate because I don't like to do that. But when people talk about the GOAT and GOAT debate, and there's there's GOATs, then there's Jordan. Jordan's on a whole nother level. It's unbelievable. So that's what we're gonna. That's all I have to say about Jordan. I see some of these groups out here, on Facebook. I'm old, so that's all I fuck with. Really, I got Instagram, but I don't really understand it. I don't know. Not really my jam, but it's whatever. I, yeah, Jordan's my dude. That's my guy. And if you never saw him play, you never had an opportunity to really just sit. Even you can watch highlights of him on YouTube, etc. There's all kinds of channels that are dedicated to him. It's amazing, and that doesn't take away from any of these other cats, guys before him, guys that's during his era, and guys that have come after. So everybody's trying to be like Mike Still. The more things change, the more things stay the same. He's just as relevant now, if not more so than he was then, because he hasn't lost a step. He really hasn't. But that's what we got to say about Jordan. Preseason basketball, like I said, preseason's going well. Fortunately, I don't want to jinx anybody, but it's going well. Looking forward to the regular season to start up here shortly. I'm excited about a lot of different teams. There's a lot of I don't favorite team maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say, but players, favorite players I really enjoy, the players that really set themselves apart from other players and just go out and ball hard. That's what I like to see. Defense. I like defense, whether it be from watching basketball, watching football. I like defense. Defense is Defense will win you championships. Offense will fill the seats, fill the tickets. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I think. I didn't forget about shout outs, all the usual suspects. We grab, see, get old, so I got enough shit to remember. I write shit down. But yeah, we got taking stock. We got hobby hotline. We got sports card radio. We got sports card nonsense. Flip and Steve, J Max, Southern Sports Store. Finally, they got some nice stuff. They got a break, I said, every Thursday, every week. A lot of football. Dan the Card Man, my Australian homie that never gets back with a player. Bo in Chi Town and Windy City. Million Cubs Project. Sports Card Dad. Dustin, what's up, homie? Unopened Pac-Man, my local LCS down here in Olathe, Kansas. Highly recommended. They're also on the eBay, so if you want to check them out, check out their inventory. Great stuff, great guys, and I can't say enough good stuff about them. Bench Clear Media, we got Junk Wax Investor and Junk Wax here. I watch all that stuff. I do what I can. It's all like I say, watch YouTube and shit all day. I don't. I actually got things to do. This is a hobby of relief, either one would be fun to use terminology wise to describe how the hobby is, you know, therapeutic in many ways for me at least. And I enjoy talking about the hobby. I enjoy talking about sports. In case you haven't noticed, I enjoy talking. But to get together something that, whatever. And I still would love to, collab with somebody, get somebody on here, somebody want to, not be shy, come on and let's talk about something. And we can bounce ideas off one another. I don't need anybody to agree with me. Somebody got their own opinion, their own ideas. I want to hear it. I would actually prefer somebody not to agree with me, to disagree with me. And then we can debate that and figure out why we can panel this. We can put as many people on the screen as it'll allow, homie. That's what I'm talking about. The basketball weekly picks, Max's weekly winners, and we're going to have a wild card. First, what we're going to do real quick is we're going to go over the last week and touch on the games that could win either way, I guess you could say, but the ones that surprised me the most. And then we'll pick next week starting Thursday. What is today? Today's Tuesday, so starting tomorrow night or Thursday night, 2 nights from now. Chiefs and Broncos, I told you I'm always going to go Chiefs by default, unless I know that they're not going to win or there's even a doubt. Chiefs are always going to be my squad, no matter what. And they won. There wasn't. They'll be playing again, not this week, but the week after against the Broncos in Denver. So we'll see. I don't think the end result is going to be much different. The Ravens and the Titans, I've told you about that. That's the one I picked Titans, but Ravens ended up winning across the pond. Like I said, I thought that when you get away from the running game and then you become one dimensional and you rely just on pass and then you get a quarterback knocked out, it's just, it doesn't make any sense to me why you get away from what has got you where you are. And especially when you have Derrick Henry and he's healthy. So I'm not saying Vrabel's a bad coach and nothing like that, but that was just I think it got away from him. Next one, Dolphins and Panthers. I predicted Dolphins, and nobody was surprised. The Saints and Texans. I predicted that the Saints would be able to take it. I think that they should have taken it, but CJ Stroud and DeMarco Murray coached it well, and they got the W. So that's one that got away from me. So that's 2 out of the ones that I got wrong. Falcons and Commanders, I think that was the one I got wrong. I went with the Falcons, and I went with the Falcons. I thought that they would be able to come together as a team and be able to do enough to win the game as a collective, but apparently I was wrong. On an individual basis, they played well, but collectively as a team, they haven't got it together yet. I still give them hope, and it's still there's still times to make the adjustments and make the changes and get that extra growth and maturity you need under your belt to be able to win. But that's another one that surprised me. But hats off to the Commanders, doing great. Eric Bieniemy, that was kind of a tough one to call because Bieniemy was a boy, and when he was here at KC, 2 Super Bowls, that kind of speaks for itself. So I don't really start hunting. Bad guys. See, but my ink gun, got it all over the place. It's everywhere. Anyway, besides that, let's go. And Ron Rivera, not taking anything away from Coach Rivera. Great coaches, both those guys. Jags, Colts. I told you that the Jags were going to win. They've been playing lights out, playing very good football, playing team ball across the board, whether it be offense, defense, special teams, and coaching. Since that loss to KC, they've figured out what they needed to improve on, made those changes, and it's showing and reflecting on their record. And I hope it keeps going. Then we had Seahawks and Bengals. I picked the Seahawks in this one. I thought they had enough to take the Bengals, and at times they did. But mistakes were made. The best decisions weren't made, and the game was effectively lost. It doesn't come down to one play. It comes down to the way the game was played as a whole, and unfortunately, it didn't come together well enough to translate into a win. So another one we kind of failed on. I think that's how many is that? 1, 2, 3. That's 4. So I got what? How many more? Bears Vikings. Pick that one. That was no brainer. Vikings and Bears. I picked Vikings. Yeah, here we go. Browns Niners. I already talked about that. That was, like I said, I think there was. Did missing 2 field goals help? No. Missing 2 field goals did not help. But neither did getting called for penalties that didn't exist. Just saying. Patriots and Raiders. I think the afternoon games, I got them all. I called them all right. Raiders won that one, and I figured they would. Jimmy G got hurt, but everybody else stepped up, and they ended up taking and were able to play 60 minutes of football to get a W. So good job. Um, Buccaneers, Lions, beat them easily. Lions look great. I said that before. Lions are tough. They're a real deal. Rams and Cardinals, but Rams had that game the whole way. It was not a surprise to anybody. This was my wild card pick: the Jets and the Eagles. And I picked the Jets. I picked right. That Jets team's a good team. They've got great talent, great players, and they demonstrated it again. And I was right on that one. So every afternoon game, I was right on. And the last one was the Sunday night game, which was a good game. It was close, but like I said, the Bills, they took them, they got them, and that one comes down to a little bit of everybody fucking up. But listen, it happens. Now you know how important clock management, having plays in prior to making sure that you are ready to get that ball, get it down, spike it, whatever needs to be done in the situation. You got to be prepared to do it and get it done. And it didn't happen. So I mean, listen, it's all right. It's going to happen that way sometimes. But anyway, I picked that game, the Bills to win. So I don't know what I'm bitching about. And the other game that got me, I had the Chargers going and taking out the Cowboys, but those Cowboys, they pulled it out. They were clicking well last night. They played well, and the Chargers just didn't have enough. And it's team loss on that one. The Chargers just got outplayed, and Cowboys played better. Came up big when it was needed, and you know Now, the only thing that I could speak on when it comes to that game is whether I would have went for it on that fourth down or whether I would have taken the points and relied on defense. It's hard to say. I would have probably, when we got the points, had more time, not rushed as much as I had to. And even then, you weren't really in that big a rush. It was a very winnable game, but it is what it is. There's always the other next week or this week. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this week. Thursday night, we got the Jags and Saints. I expect it to be a good game. Going to be playing in the Mercedes Dome in Louisiana. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, Jags have been hot. They've been clicking. I like the way they've been playing. I like what I'm seeing. I think the Saints are real close. I think that Coach Allen has got those guys doing well. I think that Derek Carr might still be a little bit banged up, but I do think that it's going to be a close game, but ultimately we're going to go with the Jags on that one. Then we got the Falcons going to Tampa Bay to face the Buccaneers. You know, that's one of those games, AFC South or an NFC South rivalry. I think it can go either way, to be honest with you. But based on paper, the Falcons should win this game, and I'm going to go with the Falcons to rebound from last week and win. They put up enough points last week to be competitive, whereas the Buccaneers put 6 up and really weren't. We got the Raiders going to Chi-Town to play the Bears. Yeah, the Raiders. Yeah, I don't really care who's the quarterback. The Raiders are going to win. Browns and the Colts. Minshew's going to be in as the starter for the Colts. He's been doing okay. The Browns have got that defense. That defense is tough. And, you know, um, are they going to be able to do enough to beat the Colts and keep that offense, Jonathan Taylor, from scoring? You know what? We're gonna go. We're gonna go with the Browns. I like what I saw out of them last week. Their defense is top 5, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, Commanders going to the New York Football Giants. Oh man, how against Daniel Jones if Daniel Jones is playing? If Daniel Jones is not playing, I mean, Tyrod Taylor didn't do a bad job. I can't say he did a bad job, but you know, I'm gonna go with my guy Eric Bieniemy this week. I'm gonna go with the Commanders. Lions and Ravens. I expect that to be a real good game, but I'm taking the Lions. My, I feel like they got momentum. They've got everything clicking, looking good. The Ravens, though they won, they didn't have a convincing win in my opinion. So Lions on that. Bills at Foxborough or Gillette Stadium, whatever you want to call it, against the Patriots. You know, we got a lot of injuries on that Bills defense. A lot of people out. But you know what? I like Mac Jones. I think he's a good quarterback. I think that Mac Jones isn't the problem on that team or that offense. I think that it's a combination of a lot of things, but Mac Jones is definitely not the guy that you're going to sit there and point the finger at. It's that guy. It's him. It's him. So it's a cohesive unit, and they just aren't being very cohesive at the moment. But with that said, I feel that we're going to go ahead and we're going to go with the Bills on that one. We're going to take them. We're going to take the Bills. Then we got the Cardinals at Seattle. No surprise here, I hope, but I'm going to take the Seahawks against the Cardinals. Yeah, yeah. Then what do we got? We got Steelers going to Los Angeles to face the Rams. You know, Rams did win last week. Steelers won last week. Pickett against Stafford. You know, I like Mike Tomlin, and I don't have anything against McVay. I've been getting rid of Van Jefferson here recently. Wasn't a big help. I didn't like the way the defense has looked. They could be doing a lot better. But I think that at the end of the day, that the Steelers are going to go in and they're going to win. So we're going to go with Pittsburgh to beat the Rams. Chiefs and Chargers. Chiefs. It's Chiefs. Here we have the wild card pick of the week. The Packers at the Broncos. The wild card pick of the week. Packers at the Broncos. I'm going Broncos on this one, guys. I think the Broncos could win this game. And I think that they will win this game against the Packers, and we'll find out. And then Sunday night's game, we got the Dolphins going to the Eagles. Well, I think it should be a good game. That Eagles defense against that high-powered, explosive Dolphins offense ought to be very entertaining, to say the least. But now that we've established that the Eagles are a little bit vulnerable in a few areas, that's going to get exploited. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, I think that I honestly think the Eagles are going to be able to rebound and win that game. So we're going with the Eagles to beat the Dolphins, guys. And then Monday night, last game, Niners at the Vikings. You know, that game had its issues in that they lost a lot of guys on the offensive side of the ball. And depending on how healthy they are or aren't, come Monday night, it's going to be up in the air. Brock Purdy can't win the game by himself. Neither can any other quarterback. You know, so you can't throw the ball to yourself, catch the ball, break tackles, run for the touchdown. That's how it works. But I think that it's going to be a good game, and at the end of the day, if it comes down to it, I think that the Vikings are going to be victorious at the end of the day against the Vikings or against the Niners. So Vikings against the Niners, they're going to win. So that's this week coming up, guys. That's what I think. And there again, not encouraging anybody to gamble. I am just going over the week of games and telling you who I think is going to win. So there you have it. I had fun tonight. It was nice. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys like my content. If you don't, it's cool too. Write down what you would like me to talk about. If you want to see some cards, whatever. I picked up some stuff. I'm going to make a video. See, I'm going to slab these things now that I got them all here. I'm like, damn. I just been looking at them. They're nice. Two big ass stacks of cards. Winning stack, losing stack. But they're all winners. And yeah, might make another video this week. We'll see. Aside from that, thank you guys for tuning in, taking the time. Aside from that, I hope you guys subscribe, hit that like button if you like, and we'll see you on the next episode, fam. Be good. Peace.